Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wildcat Softball. I'm Matt Warren. He's the Dr. Greg Little. We are in Duncan, South Carolina for Game 1 of the 5A Division I Upper State Softball Championship Series. We were talking the way up here, and I'm going to give you a chance to give me a name for this contest right here. What would you lean into right here for the name of this matchup?
The Brawl for It All.
I like Clash of the Titans, but yeah, but really, in all seriousness, lots of names could fit here. But what you have before you is two perennial 5A softball powerhouses doing battle for the opportunity to play for a championship.
So I like that. So part of the format this year that I actually like better than normal is this. Now we're more into a best of 3 series versus it being a part of a double elimination bracket, because now we're going to see the best of these teams each and every day. We get us tonight here in Byrnes, then we're going to come back Wednesday, and if there's a need for a game on Thursday, we'll play a third game on Thursday. I like that. Instead of the double header on the same night, you get kind of a chance to rest, go back, collect yourself, and play your best softball each and every day.
Yeah, to kind of take the stage back a year, these two teams actually did battle for the Upper State Championship last year, and what an epic 3-game series that was over the course of 2 days. Lexington won the opener. Byrnes had to come to Lexington and win twice. They shut us out 2-0 in that first game, and then really what I thought was the game of the year, that Game 2 where the Wildcats won and punched their ticket to the state championship series.
Well, and so the stakes are big, and when you look out here in the outfield and you see all the flags that are out there, you and I before the game were like, well, this year they beat us, and next year we beat them, then they beat us. It really has alternated them and us and, a couple of teams. But Byrnes is, and let me tell you something, this is the facility of a perennial powerhouse. And we're just so excited to be here tonight. But these two teams have really gone back and forth over the years, and I don't expect this to be anything different.
No, you count the years. You go all the way back to, you see Byrnes championship in 2017. White Knoll, Lexington team won it in 18, beat Byrnes. Then Lexington won it in 19, beat Byrnes. Then we had COVID. In 21, Byrnes won it. In 22, they were right there fighting for it. In 23, they played for it. So year after year after year, this team has been in the hunt, much like the Wildcats have. So I don't think there's any kind of fear or any kind of, worry about this game on either side. But I think both sides know they got to play well to win.
Well, this is the kind of stuff, we talk about the kind of games you live for. At your 20th year reunion, this is the type of game you're going to talk about. Do you remember when Bruce Springsteen sings Glory Days? This is the type of game he's talking about. The stuff that you're going to remember, the type of competition, the camaraderie associated with these types of games. And listen, these folks are going to be loud. I see thunder sticks. I see the hand clappers that they always bring with them. I felt like they brought cowbells or something with them last time too. So, they're going to be loud. Our fans are going to be loud. It's going to be a dynamite game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like a state championship feel, even though you're in the upper state finals. The crowd is already, pretty much, filled in the stands. There'll be some folks out there in the outfield watching, much like at Wildcat Field. In the circle tonight, you'll see staff ace Haley Mans, and also we got a guest visitor here, Dustin Curtis. Let's give him the mic.
With us tonight.
We're gonna have a little special guest here on the pregame show. Fire him up.
I thought after last week y'all were now the guests.
Well, you won a game.
Hey, well, listen. Here's what I'm saying.
We do have to get tight here, Coach. We got to get tight. Here you go.
Slams from Littles.
Well, listen, the question for me was, why am I back in the booth once she hit the grand slam? That's what I'm saying. I hadn't seen one since.
So I'm going to get you in all seriousness here. You played in a lot of big games, coached in a lot of big games. When you have these two types of teams, going at it, what are the things that can be the difference in a win and a loss in this type of matchup?
To me, it's really the kids that can treat it like a normal softball game. The ones that put pressure on themselves or make the situation, even though it is a big game, if you go in pressing and try to make every situation into some huge deal, I think kids make mistakes. And so, I'm sure Coach Apps just wanted girls to go out there and play softball.
And, we talked last year whenever these two teams played that we didn't play a perfect game. Remember, our defense in one of those games was not very good.
Yeah.
So I don't think either team needs to play perfect, but I think there needs to be some moments where certain players step up, get the big hit, make the big pitch, make the big defensive play to put yourself in a position to win.
Oh, absolutely. But that's every game. Any game you play throughout the season against a quality opponent, that's what you're looking for. And hopefully once the butterflies come out and settle down, again, I always told my team, like, we played for the state championship in football, and I told them the lights are no brighter here. The field lines are the same, like everything's the same. You guys just need to go out and do everything that you've done to get to this point, and you're probably going to come out a winner.
As Norman Dale said in Hoosiers, I think you'll find the same dimensions as our back in Hickory.
There you go.
I think that's what we need to do. But the cool part here is this is why you schedule Catawba Ridge, home and home.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is why you go to Charleston to play in the big tournaments down there. Like, this team is battle-tested. They're ready for this environment. Listen, remember we talked about Catawba Ridge. We didn't know what team was going to show up. We'd kind of struggled for about an 8-day period, and they showed up and they stood up off the mat and said, we're here and we're the real deal. Hopefully we'll get the same kind of reaction tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're doing the starting lineups at home plate. This game is just a few minutes away, and we're excited to watch the Wildcats tonight bring home a Game 1 victory. That's the goal. We didn't come up here just to play. We came up here to win. The girls look to be in a good mindset, and we're excited to watch some softball tonight. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys.
I just want to say real quick.
Back here
I do want to say while we're on live, let me just say this. I think the Golden Gala is one of the coolest things that we've ever done at Lexington High School. I am disappointed that we didn't win Announcers of the Year, but whatever. I mean, it's fine.
It's a new category
I'll get over
maybe in
it.
2026.
But the idea, though, of recognizing student athletes in a real substantial way, both in the classroom and on the sports field, and their play of the year and all that kind of stuff, I just wanted to say awesome work for you, Coach, and the team at Lexington High School.
Yeah,
Thank you. I want to continue to make it better. So if you or your kids can think of any ways to,
you can send us some comments to the Wildcat mailbag, wildcatmagic25@gmail.com.
That's a good. Have y'all ever watched Pitch Perfect? You ever
Yes,
seen Pitch Perfect?
absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
So maybe what we need is to broadcast it like they do in Pitch Perfect, how they have the announcers in the booth.
Oh,
and
we
y'all
could do
be,
that. 100%.
Y'all could be the
man.
announcers for
As
the
long as
Golden
we get some kind of award.
That's right. I feel like we need to have like a Matt and Doc Announcer of the Year award. I'm just, I feel like, Damone Leaphart got an award. Melissa Raw got an award. I think we're next. I think they're lining us up next.
What's the minimum amount of years you have to serve? To get
75, I think.
All right, well, it's time for the National Anthem starting lineups. Thanks for watching on the Proto Pregame Show. We'll be right back. Wildcat Softball.
Elodie Yorrell. In second, number 10, center fielder Kara Davis. Batting third, number 18, Kaylee Hannon. Batting fourth, number 16, playing third base, Haven Holmes. Batting fifth, number 2, playing right field, Memory Melton. Batting sixth, number 1, playing second base, Hattie Waters. Batting seventh, number 14, pitcher, Maddie Wyatt. Batting eighth, 0 left fielder, Brooklyn Amble. Batting ninth, number 7, catcher, Ren Gaines. And playing shortstop, number 24, Garrison Aiken. Non-starter for the Rebels tonight, number 3, Addie Dura. Number 4, Alyssa Wright. Number 5, Peyton Kucher. Number 8, Emma Stott. Number 9, Bailey Murray. Number 13, Kinley West. Number 17, Maddie Taylor. Number 20, Emma Bigby. And number 25, Raylan Strickland. Tonight's managers are LJ Willingham and Kathleen Thompson. Rebels are coached by Brandy Egan with assistance by Brooks Guyton. And now, this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd ask you to stand and please direct your attention to the flag. In right field, and remove your caps as we honor America and those who protect our freedoms at home and abroad in playing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's play ball, ladies.
All right, we're back here, about to start this thing off, and a great crowd, like we said in the pregame show. Byrnes brought a lot of folks here, but Wildcat Nation isn't afraid to travel either.
They are not. We got a lot. Of course, you know, Byrnes blue and Lexington blue looks a lot alike. So there's a lot of blue here in the stands.
At least we did a good job of uniform coordinating tonight, so I do
Yes, we did.
appreciate that.
Golly, there's an electricity in the air tonight that, you know, you can just feel it, in the shadow of the Tiger River complex here. I mean, just great. This is what softball is all about, and this is the type of games you want to be a part of and the type of situations you want to be a part of, and we're fortunate enough at Lexington High School to be able to do this, and we're thrilled to have competition like this at Byrnes that allow these games to take place.
Sure, and we're going to try to not get knocked over onto the field. We're just tight quarters up here, you know, when rule yard.
If you thought it was tied against Dorman, this joker is just next level here. We're in the
Rule yard, what is this? Rule yard row northwest is tight. So Peyton Melanauskas will lead us off here. Dynamic center fielder, really been on a tear, much like her sister. And look at there. Peyton stays hot and bangs one right up the middle. First pitch hit. Doc, I love a leadoff hitter that'll take some pitches, but also like one that'll smoke a fastball first pitch.
One right there. Yeah, you don't like it when it's a chopper right back to the first baseman or something. That's an easy out for it, but you absolutely love it. And let's get the magic going before the 5th inning tonight. How about that?
Libby Warren steps in. She takes up ball 1. Peyton with some good wheels on first. She's not afraid to move. Libby good with the bat. Hit and run's always a play here, always a bunt option.
Make sure we got Officer Stratton here behind us.
Stoker.
Stoker right there behind us.
Hits one hard right at the shortstop for a force there. Brings up Sam Craig, shortstop.
Shortstop Sam Craig.
Takes in.
A lot of signals there by Coach Epps. That was a lot. I think she said it was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Sam hits one to the first baseman. Livy advances to second. So it's going to take a 2-out hit here to get on the board in the first.
We've been slow starting the last couple of games. We talk about trying not to be, and every time we talk about trying not to be, seems like we continue to do. So maybe this night I'm just going to ignore that talking point.
Emma been very hot here of late, average up over 400.
Well, she's batting about 800 in the playoffs. I don't know if we have postseason stats only, but she's racked up a number of hits.
Takes down 1-1.
Nicely done.
You're going to hear a lot of that tonight. Probably from both sides.
There's going to be a lot of calls behind the plate. We got a lot of umpires here tonight.
Only 3 are getting paid, though.
That's true.
Count goes to 2-1. Good hitting spot here. I'm sure Byrnes has done their research. Probably going to be careful here.
I'm pretty sure she had her black coffee before we got started tonight. Get there.
Ground ball out to second, so Wildcats do not score in the top of the first. We go to the bottom, 0-0. We're back here in the bottom of the first. Wildcats somewhat threatened, but don't put one across. And now the top of this lineup for Byrnes, I can tell you from memory, is pretty dynamic. Starting with the first baseman, Eleni Yerl.
If I'm not mistaken, this is a lineup that has the worldwide leader in hits. And I think they had they led the state in hitting Haley Manns with balls last year, right?
Yeah. Hopefully she's got an extra knee pad on today. But
Right back up the middle.
Yarrow plays multiple positions. She will play second. She will play first. And she skies one first pitch. That should be put away easily by our center fielder. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start for Haley.
Yeah, Haley's been battling all year. We just really hope a strong effort for her tonight.
Kira Davis, center fielder. Byrnes will slap. Wildcats creeping in a little bit, alive for that. Good pitch there on the outside corner. Strike one.
I don't know if y'all watched a lot of softball yesterday, but we watched a ton of softball yesterday. NCAA. We watched everybody. Saw Sarah Gordon, Lexington alum.
How about them Liberty Flames? Big upset.
Did they end up winning?
Taking down the #1 Texas A&M Aggies.
They said that was the first time in 20 years that the #1 seed had not advanced to the Super Regionals. That tells you the depth of the talent that's starting to be developed at softball across the country.
There's a good pitch right there. Good spot, Haley.
We are not above also acting as umpires.
We gotta counteract the folks on the left side.
Although that actually really looked like a good pitch.
There's a good pitch. Swing and a miss.
We just got to be focused every out. Just take it one at a time.
Count
Nothing's
goes
too big.
Count goes to 2-2. Davis fights it away. A lot of these girls play together during the summer. A lot of mutual friends. Even though, you know, they're definitely rivals on the field. A lot of friends off, which you like to see. So Davis on base. With one out here in the first. Brings up Kaylee Hannon.
Well, we talked the other night. This is why you want to hit the ball on the ground, hard on the ground, see what happens. Make the other team make a play. Emma, sure-handed. We're not worried about her later on in the game. I've got a feeling she's going to make that. She gets another chance. I don't think she's slapping, however.
No, not a slapper here. And also we got some wheels on first, so alive for a steal. There's Bott to right. Maybe makes the catch, fights the sun. Nice job out there by the right fielder for out number 2.
If she had a bit of a roller coaster ride the other night in the outfield,
yeah,
where she caught one, and we weren't sure she caught one. Thankfully, the umpire was sure she caught her.
So 2 outs now for Haven Holmes, the third baseman. Yeah, tough sun field out and right. They won't be that way for much longer, but nice play there, fighting the sun. That's off the foot. Strike one. A lot better angle here than we had at Dorman.
That's true. We were
looking down
below
the
the
field.
action and right in the back. Hopefully, you don't have to see us the entire game. I found out later that they watched. You know, everything we did was on camera. I didn't like that.
Runners going. 2-2. Put the tag down. Here we go. Nice play by the Cats on the backside, ending the Byrnes threat. We go to the second. No score. All right, we're back here in the top of the second, and like we said earlier, we have a special guest, Andy White,
Go step up for me here, Mister.
Wildcat alumnus parent. Courtney White played for the Cats many years back in the late 2018, 19. Also holds the record for watching the Cats from the furthest part of the world.
That is
New
true.
Zealand
I
or-
was in Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yeah, I was in Malaysia. Different time zone, obviously.
Yeah, we got you. We got you in booth camp right here. So say hello to all
man.
your friends watching.
Wildcat
Malaysia.
Nation. We got to get it done today.
All right, so Cats play a little good defense here. You like to see good defense, ending that threat there in the bottom of the first.
Well, they made up for a couple of, I think maybe the little nerves here in the beginning, made up for it right there at the end and really got out of a jam.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good heads-up play there by the shortstop to turn and see that runner coming through.
Maya Drennan, she fights what else going to be trouble. Ah, nice play from the shortstop there.
You know, Matt, this kind of takes me back to Blue Bomber days.
That's right. That's right. Me and Coach White did run the Lexington Rec League back in the day. A couple
Nice.
championships. Did Courtney ever play here?
Courtney never played at Byrnes, no.
We all Hall of Fame rec league coaches. Did they induct you?
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to think so, for sure.
we were the best coaches out there. Just ask us. We'll tell you. Quick out number 2 there. Peyton Gauntz right back at the pitcher. Coach White, two swings, 2 outs. What you want to see here?
Oh, I want to see a bomb right here.
Come on, one.
I was
yeah,
thinking
me
take
too.
a pitch. He
Me
wants
too.
a bomb.
Yeah, yeah, me too. This
Oh,
is,
yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but this one's mine.
Yeah, well,
Naomi Little, 9th grader, chance to. She does a good job there. You don't want a 3-pitch inning. Takes one for a strike.
We didn't get that one in the last half inning. I just want to be clear to everybody. Don't be on time, kid.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
They swung at a ball. Come on, kid.
you know, Byrnes seems to get it done each and every year. Don't
Yeah, they
line
do.
Up here,
Yeah,
the same
Come on,
spot.
kid.
we discussed that earlier. 2 strikes here quickly to Naomi.
There you go.
Fights it off. So, Coach White, you're now in the upstate, living up here. I mean,
Yeah.
softball is a big deal up here.
It is. It is. We drove many a mile up and down I-26 to play softball and travel ball.
That's right. We need a Tiger River in Lexington.
Yep.
Still 2 strikes to Naomi.
Oh,
Hit hard, second baseman.
Go. Save! Oh!
Wow.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know. It's like he had his mind made up there.
Yeah. That's a tough one there.
So 3 outs in the second for the Cats. We go to the bottom half, still no score. All right, so we're back here. We're just now kind of getting over that call, and I don't know. I wish we had the option for a challenge, Doc.
Well, look, I always, especially with that one, right? Okay, so I don't watch that game right there with anything but blue, gold, and dad color glasses. But it was nice to see Naomi really hit the ball hard that time. It went at somebody. But those are the kind of at-bats that here in the next couple of innings might pay dividends for a youngster to make sure she's confident enough to go out there and she can perform at this level.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's anything more important than hitting it square, and she hit it square. She just hit it right at the second baseman.
Cats did that a few times in the first inning and putting the ball in play on the ground, which I like to see. We talked about those pop-ups a couple games ago, kind of.
Pop-ups kill you. That's, we've seen ground balls today already. Close play at first base, but we'll take that any day of the week. Good, solid contact.
This is Memory Melton, the right fielder. Another slapper. Good pitch there from Haley. So Andy, I didn't watch you much as a dad for watching high school softball. Were you kind of out in the right field area, or were you right on top of the action?
No. Left field, outfield. That's where I was. That's where I was at. And I was typically pacing. I never sit down for a softball game.
You and Rob Craig, one
Yep.
and the same.
Yep.
Well, if you're sitting down, I don't even know if you really watch softball. I don't even know that's how you do it.
I don't know how you do it. I mean, I look up in the stands, all these ladies up here sitting down watching calmly. I've never been able to do that.
I feel like if you're sitting down, you're not doing your part. That's a good spot there from Haley.
Span the strike zone there.
So this is something, Andy, we don't see a lot of the slapping, in the games we play. But every year when you play Byrnes, you're gonna see a lot of that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna put 3 or 4 left-handers up there at the plate. And they're gonna play small ball, and they're usually pretty fast.
Yeah. So we got a 2-2 count here to the leadoff batter Melton in the bottom of the second. The base hit out to left, so Byrnes threatens early here in the second. Brings up Addie Waters.
I tell you, I don't know who's going to end up winning this game 1, but this crowd is full, and that's good for women's softball.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
We said earlier it's like a state championship environment.
Absolutely.
We have had some instant replay. People that are rewatching that one feel like she was safe.
Yeah.
So just as an aside.
Did he call that a ball?
But
I missed that.
now we gotta leave that alone.
let
We're
it
in
go.
another inning. We gotta let it go.
Got to close the book on that one.
Well, I tell you, another close pitch ball.
Not missing by much, and those are calls Haley needs.
Well, I'm going to say this to you. If you expect to get a close call up here in Duncan, you are sadly mistaken.
Better keep expecting.
You better just, it's going to have to be crystal clear. You're not getting anything close up here.
So 3-0, little trouble brewing here in the second. Like the way the Cats are swinging the bat, so I feel like we're going to score, but don't need an early hole here in this one. Strike one. So, Coach, where's your next trip, Coach White? Where are we going next? You have that mapped out yet?
I'm hoping not to go anywhere, Matt, to tell you the truth. I hate flying on airlines today.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Libby. Hold her to 2.
Base out to right field, so first and second here in the second. No outs.
Well, I just noticed how that sun beats down right field line. And I tell you, you got to have sunglasses. You're going to play out here.
Yeah, it's a tough sun field out there. Levy did a good job with that one, too. Just keep it in front of her. But this is the senior pitcher, Maddie Wyatt, also a good hitter for the Rebels. Winthrop signee.
I actually saw the Winthrop coach here earlier. Just walking.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Takes the ball
Coach
up.
Fuller.
See what kind of value Andy's bringing to the show?
We didn't know that. That's good. We got
in my time, I got to
college
meet
softball
pretty much
coaches
all
here
of them.
tonight.
I'm not
Now,
sure.
did your daughter play in college?
Yeah, she played at Presbyterian.
Gotcha.
Blue Hose.
Actually played 5 years there.
2-0.
I told you.
She got a first look at Matt's name in all the record books up there for baseball.
I'm telling you,
He
man.
owns a lot of them.
Lexington High School Hall of Famer. He doesn't
Yeah.
like to talk about it much, but he does have it tattooed there on his arm with his induction class.
It's up on my
He's
shoulder.
very, very humble.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
That's trouble.
Yeah. He's got that pitch up a little too much.
Three-run home run from Wyatt. Cats don't like it, but I guess the Winthrop coach here watching might enjoy that. So 3-0 hole early in Duncan. And you said it, Andy. Pitch got up a little bit, elevated.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get into this level of play here, this deep in the playoffs, keeping it outside and low, that's the spot.
Or low and inside.
Or
but you
low and
gotta-
inside. Keep it low, though.
Brooklyn Amble
But low is the key on both places. You
I'm
get
not
one
sure-
of these things up.
I'm
ball
not sure
goes
where
a
these
long
folks
way.
think they're going to keep coming up behind us because there's not many seats left in this place.
That's what I can't figure out. Well, I can't figure out, isn't there another set of stairs over there too? Like, you know?
Yeah, you think they walk up here, see this production, and go find the path of least resistance.
They do not, however, let me just say.
I swear a couple of them give me a little elbow in the lower back. I think sending me a message. Byrnes bats are hot here in the second. Another base hit from Amble.
Yeah, I think you just got to work here to keep it manageable, get the outs, keep it close. I mean, we saw a good example last night when Liberty took down the #1 seed in college softball.
I really thought that game was over. That's why we went to
Wow.
bed. I was like,
What a
this
game.
game's over.
What a series.
We saw the second game, and then it just got a little too late for us on a school night.
Oh, yeah. I was glutton for punishment. I paid for it this morning because I stayed up and watched it.
Nice bunt there. Nice, golly.
Just mishandled.
Wildcats can't field the bunt, so we got a heap of trouble now. First and second, no outs.
Yep.
And that small ball is going to keep happening. Back to the top of the order. And Yarrow.
Good time to regroup right here.
In the pinch run for the Rebels, number 17, Mandy Taylor.
Taylor will pinch run. So, Doc, we talked about not getting an early hole, but the Cats have responded well the last couple games with that early hole, but still not something you want to put yourself in.
Well, we're playing a different level of opponent tonight. So now that we're there, we're in the hole now. We need to maintain contact right here. We don't want to go behind. I mean, this is the captain obvious thing, right? You don't want to go behind 5 or 6 runs as this game starts getting later and you start giving Byrnes fewer and fewer chances to make this thing, or, you know, we have fewer and fewer chances. So let's see if we can get out of this one. But, you know, bite down on that mouthpiece and let's get out of this inning. Don't worry about those 3 runs that have just come across, and then let's start chipping away next inning.
Eleni Urel, she had flew out to center her first at bat. First and second, no outs. Byrnes already with 3 runs here in the second.
That's a good pitch.
So, Coach Andy, where you want to pitch a slapper? Down and in? You kind of mix it up? What's the strategy there?
Well, right now she's on top of the plate. I may come in on her a little bit right here. She is trying to take every bit of that outside away.
1 ball, 1 strike.
See if you could jam her up.
Really need something in the air just to not let these runners advance.
Ooh.
A little high. You know, I like, one of my favorite pitches is the drop curve. Now, a lot of people don't like that pitch, but it was always one of Naomi's best pitches because it did a lot of movement, but it's hard to sometimes call. But to a left-handed batter, you got to really feel confident about that if you're going to throw it to somebody crowding the plate.
3-1. We need a little magic right here. Not load these bases with the 2, 3, 4 in the Rebel lineup. There we go.
Yeah,
nice
that's what we
job.
needed right there.
Make the play. Nice job, Haley. Great pitch there. That is kind of a gift. Get out of that. But a lot more work to do. 1 out.
For the Rebels, number 10, Kara Davis.
This is Kara Davis. And I think you came to a few of the Byrnes games last year, or maybe you watched them at least. This is a hard girl to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to find a way here. Set this number 2 hitter.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I worked with her father.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice play there. Good job by the Cats and a lot of speed there from Davis. And I really, that right there, Doc, having that kind of an arm on third base is what makes that play.
Ready for the Rebels, number 18.
Well, she got down the baseline incredibly fast.
You work with her father?
Yeah, I worked with, back in 2005, 2008, I was actually working over here in Duncan, and her dad and I worked together on a project. There you
Sam
go.
Craig, heck of a play.
What a
That's
play.
a big workout right there. Cats only give up 3. And Coach White, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you
brother.
bringing your expertise. Go up there and bring
Thank
us
you,
some
Thank you,
Lord.
sir. Let's get
Appreciate
some
it.
Wildcat magic going.
All right, let's do it.
3-0 going to the third. We're back here in the third, and Doc, I can't say I've ever been happy with a 3-run inning, but I think in that situation there, 3 runs, we'll take it.
Gosh, we were down 3-0. Byrnes came right back out, put the next 2 runners on base. There was nobody out. To fight through that was pretty good.
We got the bubbles coming across the field. I think that's not a liking for the Wildcat fans. They're like, wait for the bubbles to pass. You can't hit with bubbles out
Seriously.
there. There we go. All right, bubbles are gone, and Grace will step in.
Grace has been hot lately. A lot of on base, a lot of hits. We need that to continue tonight.
I hit her.
Absolutely.
All right,
dude.
all right, I hit her. Hey, you called it.
I told you, Grace gets on base. I don't know if she has like a. I don't know if she has a horseshoe in her backpack.
Where did that hit her, in the hand? Where did it hit her?
I have no idea. But you know what I like about it, though? She ran to first base with confidence.
Yes, we talked about
even
that.
if it didn't, it felt like it did.
We've talked about that. So all they can do is bring you back. Atlanta tries to lay one down and strike one.
Come on, 1-6.
Well, we said it before the inning here. I feel like, a couple, I'm not asking for 4 or 5, but a couple here I think will be very beneficial for the Wildcat confidence.
That away.
Takes in, count goes to 1-0. We still got 8 people waiting to get up the stairs here.
I keep trying to move out of the way here when we get there.
I can't go any further. There we go. Good look
That's
there.
right. Don't give him anything, 1-6. Let's go. There you go.
Takes down we go. 3-1. Nice job from the senior left fielder, about to graduate here in a couple days, much like several of the Wildcats. But a little work left to do in the Wildcat career. There we go.
There we go.
Base on ball, so Wildcats respond here with first and second, no outs, top of the lineup.
Well, again, you gotta start manufacturing opportunities from everywhere. So you got Grace who got hit. Just because, again, the voodoo magic that happens. We'll have to talk to her dad later about kind of what that looks like. But then Elena earning a walk there, and let's go, Peyton. Let's hit something hard. Oh yeah, that's a great play. That is a great play.
Peyton Malinowskis puts one in a perfect spot, so here we go. Base is loaded, nobody out. Malinowskis 2 for 2.
I want Livy to hit this ball hard someplace where they ain't.
Takes down, good luck there, 1-0. One spot here, 1-2, let's go to work.
Come on, 1-2. Oh, shit. Oh, excuse my language. Sorry, folks.
Wow. Line drive right back at the pitcher. Tough luck, 12er.
I may have used some inappropriate language there. I'd like to apologize to everybody. I didn't mean to. Golly knows.
So Byrnes works out. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-0. We're back here in the bottom of the third. Cats had a big scoring opportunity there, but a couple of hard hit balls and nice defensive plays from the Rebels ended the threat. Haven Holmes will lead us off here. Strike one quickly. Doc hitting it hard, hitting it right at him. Big spot there, but just couldn't get one to fall.
Well, it's not going to be perfect, but you got to feel good about what we're doing. You got to feel good about the contact that we're making, the pressure that we're putting on. You don't have to feel good about the announcing team here tonight. That's my fault again. Golly, I'm sorry about that,
It's okay.
folks. I try to not let that much emotion get into it. That was my mistake.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Golly. Haven Holmes, her second hit tonight.
Now batting leadoff is Memory Melton.
Memory Melton had a single her first at bat. Rebels have had a bunch of hits, but Cass has done a good job outside of the home run, keeping them off the board.
The sun is starting to set. Looks like the right fielder's having a little easier time of it.
Even if that was close, she was going to be safe on that one. He started throwing them hands up before she even got there.
Let's go 3-3.
All right, so we got a pitching change, it looks like, here in the third.
Nice job, Haley.
So Cats go to Carly Edwards. Carly made her, not her debut, but really I would say her first big-time appearance against Dorman the other night and pitched really well from the third inning on. We were sitting there trying to debate what inning she came in, and then it was actually the third. We were saying the fifth.
Saying fifth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can tell we're really dialed into the game here. You know, sometimes you're too young to know any better, right? And we're hoping this is one of those situations where she's just going to get in, play catch with Peyton, let's just make it happen. I'm looking up here, Dad and Mom sitting beside each other. Dad's got his arms crossed, his hand on his face, arms crossed, hands on his face.
We've all been there. We're all there now.
I told her last time that I was the president of the Carly Edwards fan club. I continue to be. So let's go ahead and have a good inning here.
So we've got no outs, first and second. Here we are again trying to fight out of an inning. I do appreciate the Byrnes foul poles here.
Oh, nice and tall.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you. That if you're going to build a facility, go for the extra large foul pole.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, let's pick her up now.
Nice job. Newcomer of the year back there. Hadn't mentioned that yet.
Oh, congratulations
Peyton
to
Gantz.
Peyton. Yes, last night at the Golden Gala.
Good pitch there, Carly. 1-1 to count. One thing Carly is not scared.
She is not scared.
I don't see that in her one bit.
I love her disposition on the mound. I love how she gets fired up.
Good
Oh,
spot.
That's a good spot, 3-3.
I'm about to take the headset off in a minute. Tell this guy what I think.
Well,
2-1. There we go. Count evens at 2. I do feel like we're going to score. I feel like it's going to happen during this game. But keeping him at bay is important here in this spot. Big hitter on deck, the 3-run homer sitting on deck. Good spot there.
well, what I say? I said earlier, you're not going to get a borderline call. No, I'm telling you.
Just give us
not up
one.
there. You're not going to. It's not
Just
going to
give
happen.
us one.
It is not going to happen.
So we're here in Game 1 of the Upper State Championship Series. Game 2 will be Wednesday at Lexington.
Wildcat Field.
Regardless of how this turns out, there will be another game on Wednesday.
Get there. Oh,
Wow.
no.
Don't know what to say, Doc.
I think I agree with McKenna here. She's saying boo. I agree.
6-0.
Next up for the Rebels, number 14, Maddie Wyatt.
All right, let's settle down, ladies. Come on. We got to listen. The thing you got to remember about softball is that none of this is over until the umpire tells you it's over. So, I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to sit here and, you know what I mean? We're going to have to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off. Byrnes is not going to feel sorry for us here. They're not going to feel sorry for us. They're going to keep coming at us. And this is where you start finding out that competitor in you. You know what I mean? Where you can, even down 6, that you're giving it your all and you're working hard and you're doing all the right things.
Talk. That's got nice play there, Peyton.
I've got to say, the new tattoo sleeve she's got is very impressive. I'm surprised their parents allowed her to have that.
You got to get consent for that?
You have to. Can you imagine having a real tattoo sleeve at 16 years old?
Just all you got to get is parent signature.
I guess that's a.
I mean, what does that look like, though? Is that like, are you just bringing a piece of paper, like a field trip? Or is it, I mean, do the parent have to come in there and like show your ID?
I don't know.
What does that look like?
Because mine would never get it, so I don't know. Not consent anyway. They might get a tattoo one day, but it won't be because Daddy walked them in there and let them get it.
1-1. Nice play, Carly. Nice job there.
She fields her position very well.
Next up, number 7, Ren Gaines.
She got it. Let's watch her settle down here and get after it.
2 outs. Cats down 6-0. One thing we've done is we've quieted the Byrnes crowd. Just not how you want to do it here.
That's
early
right.
in the game. Good pitch there from Carly.
That had a little, some mustard on
Let
that
it
one.
rip. Let it rip, 33. Let it rip.
I do feel like if I can, provide some critique here, I do feel like our defense needs to be a little cleaner and a little tighter.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these runs tonight have been courtesy of girls on base that should have been out.
And again, it's never going to be perfect, but it does need to be cleaner. Look at, she's still smiling on the mound. I like her whole disposition. We're just going to play music during the game, I guess.
Different rules here in Duncan. Ball at the right. Libby makes the play for out number 3. So good job, Carly, coming in there. After that one hit, pitches well. We go to the 4th, 6-0. So we're back here at Duncan, Byrnes High School. A couple shout outs from the Wildcat mailbag. Michelle Caldwell, Peyton and Emma from Grandma Ginger's good friends in Illinois. So Melanowskis has had a lot of folks watching the broadcast. Also, Jeff Carr with a shout-out for Doug Davis, Wildcat Fan of the Year last night at the
He was
Gala.
a fan of the year. Yes, it's true.
Thank you for tapping into the mailbag, wildcatmagic25@gmail.com. On Emma's hands, route number 1.
Next up for the Wildcats, number 9, Maya Drennan.
One quick out in the 4th. Game's rolling by pretty quickly. Takes up, ball 1. So we talked about Dorman need a little bigger press box. I wonder if Byrnes would give them half of their press box.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point. Beautiful press box here. They named this place after somebody, or they just Byrnes Field?
James F., the man. I just wonder, like, how is it that Dorman comes over here and plays and sees that and doesn't say, we're getting a press box
Well,
that same size?
they're different school districts. They're in Spartanburg.
I know, but
school
Spartanburg,
districts.
same county, though. But, yes, different district. 2-1 to count to Maya.
But that is I wonder, you bring up a good point, 7 school districts here. If there's a bit of an arms race when it comes to facilities.
I'm sure, yeah, absolutely.
Who has the latest and the greatest? Because it looks like they pass bonds around here about every 3 years.
Because, when they do those arms races, it's always all about softball.
Yes,
like who has the nicest
absolutely.
softball facility. That's what the arms race is always about.
If you are ranking nicest softball facilities, you would, if you're ranking them 1 through 5, where does Byrnes fall on that list? It probably not. If it falls past second, I don't believe it, because this is about the nicest place you can play in.
Yeah, it's up there. Two quick outs in the 4th. I just wonder if those folks sitting behind the fence out there bought a ticket in center field. You're going to see the guy walk by with the cash box here in a little
I'm
bit.
pretty sure they had to have. Because you had to walk through there to get there, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe is that outside the fence or inside the fence?
Yeah, it's outside. 2 outs. There we go. There's a hit. Peyton Gons with a single to right field to get a little action here with 2 outs in the 4th.
Next up for the Wildcats, number 15.
I do like this song. That's a good sign. Love it when you call me Big
Are they
Pop.
playing a walk-up song for
They
Naomi?
are. I appreciate it.
You know some folks up here?
Come on.
Takes out. Yeah. Put in play, but they made the play. 3 outs in the 4th to go to the bottom. Still 6-0. Going back to the mailbag, got a shout out from Sarah Warren, Libby's aunt, Sarah and Dre, aunt and uncle, also Aubrey and Wesley Kate checking in from Lexington, giving a shout out to Liv. Brother Dre just celebrated a birthday yesterday, big 4-1.
Ooh.
Young fella.
41. I didn't even remember what it was like to be in my early 40s. Got a big birthday coming up this year, by the way, speaking of that.
5-0. Golly, is this our fourth at bat tonight?
I mean, it feels like.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Eleni Yarrell. Takes up, ball one.
Needs to work down here.
2-0 quickly to Byrnes, first baseman. Let that thing roll. There you go, strike one. Two one to count. The ball is hit far. Oh, what a play! Peyton Malinowskis making a great play out there in center field.
Hey, when you got a young pitcher in there, you got to have your defense pick her up a little bit when she makes a mistake. Beautiful play by our center fielder who continues to, I mean, you call that a two-way player in hockey, right? When you're playing offensive and your offense and defense, she's fantastic.
Nice job there by Peyton. Might have been a double, at least maybe a triple.
Well, she was already around at about second base when she called it.
Kara Davis. Two out to count. So Doc, give me your. Let's say we get these two outs here. We get in the dugout. What's your pep talk?
Well, I don't know that there's much. Listen, if you need a pep talk in the Upper State Championship, I mean, you know what I mean? Like you don't. I would say to you that we still have to remember that this game is about the absolute next pitch. And so calm down. Let's just, again, I've told you this all year. Let's just stack some good at-bats together and let's see what happens. You know, we're coming back up to our 8-9-1 right here. We need some kids on base. Last time we saw this, we had bases loaded and nobody out and didn't score. But I think we keep putting ourselves in the position, good things happen. Let's not walk ourselves into trouble here, 33. Let's go. You just keep slinging it.
Davis on base with a walk. Been on base twice tonight.
I tell you one thing, this team, they don't give you much room to breathe either, do you? Like you walk one, and then next thing you know, here we go. I mean, it's they come at you, and we come at you too. We just apparently we're going to wait to the 5th or 6th inning to do that.
It's going to be epic.
Mm.
Stolen base there from Davis.
You know, we talk about speed and softball speed. That was speed.
Dixie Chicks ready to run, queued up.
I wonder what kind of spread they got up there, like a soundboard.
I thought you meant like food.
No, I mean like, you know how we have all this technology out here. I wonder what they have up there to have ready to run queued up.
I started thinking about like a chicken wing platter or
Speaking of food,
charcuterie board.
I had a hot take on the way up here I wanted to ask you. So because of the schedule today, we had to stop and pick up fast food, which is what we try not to do. But how many fast food like items are better than hot McDonald's French fries?
If you get them right.
I mean, if they're hot McDonald's French fries, I think that may be your award winner right there.
Here we go. Nice job, Carly.
There's Carly fielding her position again.
And it hits the ball hard, but a little bit of Wildcat medicine right there, hitting it hard right at somebody.
Next up, the Rebels number 16.
I want to bag it up.
Haven Holmes, she has 2 hits tonight. Let's hope we keep her there this at bat and keep them at 6.
Uh-oh.
Not with that girl out there. Nice job, Peyton. Another good play in the outfield. And the Cats keep them scoreless. We go to the 5th, 6-0. Grace Fonseca got on base her first at bat.
Not a lot of strikeouts tonight, really, either way. There's a lot of balls in play. Hopefully we can continue that trend this inning.
Swing and a miss there from number 2.
Good eye.
Good look there. Count evens at 1. So let's talk about Wildcat comebacks. Bring a little magic here on the show. We came back from 5 down against Dorman. Came back from a couple down against Bowling Springs. Wildcats have set some precedents, but got to start chipping away.
Well, it's getting late. Okay, it's getting late early, as they say. We have to start. I mean, I don't know. I say this last time and we scored 8 in one inning, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But good eye there. I mean, I don't know what to say. We got to get people on base. Let's get people on base, and then let's put our big-time hitters in positions to make big-time plays.
Oh, what a play. Golly.
I mean, Livy hit one right on the screws. It just happened to be right at somebody, you know?
Golly. Nice play there from third baseman. That's Haven Holmes. Also, good job by the first baseman, Yarrow, on that play coming across the base. Two quick outs in the fifth. Back to the top, and Peyton, one person that's had a night tonight. Peyton, 2 for 2, couple of nice plays in the outfield.
Oh, she had play of the year candidate out there in the outfield. I mean, that was.
Too bad the gala isn't next week. She might have been a nominee.
I'm telling you, this gala. Okay, so I'm going to complain about this. The fact that the gala is before the end of the softball season eliminates so much of what you're seeing out here today in games that matter, by the way. It's not like hitting a home run in March, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's not important, but, you know, we're talking playoff softball.
Wildcats go down in order in the fifth. 6 outs left for the Cats to do something. 6-0. So we're in the bottom of the fifth. Cats find themselves in a deep hole. Need to start clawing out of it. Make this thing interesting with some runs in the sixth, but before that, we got to get 3 outs here.
Well, we have 2, 3, 4 coming up next inning. So if we're going to do something, it's got to be in the sixth. So a big run of outs here if we can get out of this with no more damage.
Ball up. Carly Edwards still in the circle. Dealing.
Yeah, really, she's only given up the 1 hit. And besides that, she's really pitched well, I think.
What's this competition right here? No comment. What's that on first base? What are we talking about, boys?
You're talking about where we're going afterwards?
Who had the higher GPA at Byrnes?
What senior superlative they both got?
That's right. Memorial Day plans.
Folks, we're just kidding. Keeping it light up here. Keeping it light.
There you go. Count goes to 3-1.
All right, let's go right at them. There's no need to No need to run and hide. Let's go right at them.
Here we go. Bright future for Carly Edwards. Only a 8th grader.
8th grader. We're going to try to talk her daddy into have her play basketball again next year as a Wildcat. Always looking out for Coach Goodrich's program. You know, we like to keep the pipeline.
Got to recruit your own.
You can tell she's very athletic. A couple plays she's already made in the circle.
Yeah, he has a big glove, too. You like, that's good. Out there pitcher. He's going to catch it.
Like a net.
Look at it. Look at her. Patrolling.
I would say roaming. Let's say roaming center field.
Roaming.
Now batting for the Rebels, number 1, Addie Waters.
What a good jump on that ball, too, she had. I mean, I feel like she was already running before the thing was even hit.
She saw it, was moving, and looked good.
Brings up Addie Waters. Carly gets ahead.
I believe I see Mario out there in left field, standing on the hilltop.
The vantage point. You know, that pitch here, we're talking about not getting the ball up, but that's if you're going to throw it up, that's where you want to throw it up. Eye level.
Right.
Get him to chase
where
that.
It looks like a strike, and then it moves out of the zone for you. I cannot believe her mom and dad are sitting behind us in the bleachers, just like chilling. We need to have a camera on them. Yeah, there you go. See if she'll run after it again.
Landon Warren checking in with the mailbag, giving a shout out to his sister Liv. Appreciate that, son.
You know, I like siblings rooting for other siblings, and I tell the girls all the time that you need to be each other's biggest cheerleader.
That's right.
Because there's going to come a day when, you know, not to be, I don't want to be too existential.
When they're done playing
but,
sports.
Well, when you're done playing sports, you're going to need each other.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
right. Good pitch there. Oh,
There
my
you
gosh.
go. I was gonna say, yeah.
That was a delayed call.
I mean, I didn't know what
I was
going
about
on
to.
there.
Ooh, buddy. Full count, I believe, or 2-2.
2-2.
Okay, even better. Now it runs full. Sun is setting here finally, thankfully, for that big old press box. Allow some shade for the outfielders. Another hit. That's 3 hits for Waters.
Next to the plate for the Rebels, number 14, Maddie Wyatt.
Brings up Maddie Wyatt, home run, her first at bat. Pop out her second. There's a good pitch from Carl. That's in play, Peyton. That's in play. Nice job, Peyton. Gosh, she makes that look so easy. That's a tough play.
Indeed. It's almost like her dad used to do that or something, you know?
Next up for the Rebels, number 5.
So last night we found out that Sean Spivey's son, tell me his name.
Christian.
That he went like 85 at-bats without a single swing and a miss. I heard Garris gasp when that happened, and I asked him, I said, how many at-bats did you go without a swing and a miss? And he goes, 1. That tells you something.
Yeah, it's an impressive stat. You know, I think while talking about Peyton making that play, while we were out, you know, with sidewalk chalk with our 2- and 3-year-olds and blowing bubbles, sidewalk chalk,
I think
he was tossing pop flies to Peyton in the driveway.
She was doing a slide step, you know, block drills.
What are we doing here? Is it a pinch hitter?
I haven't figured it out yet.
This is a pinch hitter. This is Peyton Kutcher, Cutcher. Golly. Fake it. Fake it. There you go. The only chance you got there. Fake that throw and try to get around in the base. Oh, boy. This is Ren Gaines here. First and second, 2 outs.
We got a battle right here. Again, we can't take anything for granted right here.
High throw there. And Rebels played another one, 7-0. This was kind of getting out of hand.
Well, you know, we said the other day that we were much more entertaining when we were winning.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's something we got to get better at. Of course, we don't want to get better at that.
That's right. Yeah, you know what I mean. But like, again, I don't know. We just got if we want a real shot at this.
Tag her out.
Oh,
She dropped the ball. Nice throw, Peyton Gantz. A heck of a throw. Wow. Had her. Yeah, she dropped it. Even I can't argue on that one. You know, something I kind of look forward to at some point in my life is maybe doing something like this for games that I'm not so emotionally
I'm telling you.
invested
Yes,
in. I mean, it's
agreed.
hard.
It is. This is hard. It's hard when you know that your kid's been out here, has put in all this time. And, you know, if you're watching this broadcast, you understand the sacrifices and the work that these folks make.
Coach Epps going to put her on here. Byrnes fans are like, she won't shoot, Kara. She won't shoot. No, she just wants a force out. She wants a force out here. And so now they're loaded for Davis.
Smart move there by Peyton. Come on out, remind the catcher what we're doing. Remind the pitcher, rather, what we're doing. Peyton's the catcher.
That's right. Tell you what, with Peyton's sleeve right there, you don't want to meet her on a dark alley.
Mm-mm.
Look at her. I mean,
and the braids.
Yes.
You know.
You don't want to see her at 2 o'clock on 2 a.m. on Charter Oak.
5 points.
On Charter Oak.
Lexington Main Street. El Jimador. I'd like to know who has better hair game, volleyball players or softball players. Because they got more braids out here, the different ways to braid your hair that I didn't even know. They're Dutch braids, French braids,
That's
bubble
skill.
braids.
Skill to do that. You got to
They
practice.
have, what's it called when you, the small cornrows?
I don't know. I don't have any hair. 2-1 to Davis.
She's coming right at him.
2-2, yeah, might as well. Give her your best stuff right here at 33. Another good pitch from Carly. Battling.
Good block.
I'll tell you what, that runner on second gets a little too far here. Well, you can't do it now, full count, but they'll be moving on the pitch. Full count, 2 outs.
Okay, youngster. Dad is shouting encouragement. Nice pitch.
Oh, Carly Edwards!
Let's go, kid.
Little dose of your own medicine. Carly Edwards said, "Is that as hard as you can hit it?"
Let's
Nice
go.
job. All right, we go to the 6th, 7-0.
Had a job, kid.
All right, so a little bit of feedback from Carly there on that. Nice play, but next time she really needs to charge that. I thought she kind of set back a little bit on that ball in the circle. You really got to kind of come towards that and not get back on your heels there. I mean, we got to do better with that.
That girl hit that ball. The exit velo there was about 200 miles an hour.
That's one where you're thankful you have a big glove and a face mask.
I'm telling you, those pitchers on college.
I mean, what kind? I mean, that is an impressive reaction.
That's her 3rd play tonight. That has really been fantastic.
All right, so Liv steps in. She had a dose of that her last at bat. Hit a rocket right back at the pitcher. See if she can get something going here in the 6th.
We just need people on base. Come on, 1-2.
Change up for a strike.
Get through.
That's a hit. There we go.
Oh.
All right.
Umpire called save it first. I didn't realize that was allowed when we were at
Maybe he transferred his junior year.
Yeah, he had to.
Maybe he transferred out. Where did he wind up? Chesney?
Yeah.
Palmetto? Where'd you go your senior year?
he went to Spartanburg 7.
He went to Crescent. Had a little issue here as a junior. Got a little trouble.
Had to transfer
Had to transfer out. Kind of get a new fresh start.
Woodruff.
All right, so I tell you what, Doc, if you give me 3 or 4 runs right here, I'm going to be ready for the 7th inning. Just give me 3 or 4 right here. Let's make this a ball game. A little bit of seed of doubt in the Rebel minds.
Well, if nothing else, not even for this game, but to give ourselves some confidence for Wednesday. I mean, we have to, we need.
Yeah, something.
We're a veteran group, and we're not easily rattled.
Hey, this ain't over. This one ain't over.
But let's get the bats on the balls just a little bit.
I'm about to prophesize here at doubling the gap. There we go. 2-1.
And just to be clear, I'm not saying this one's over. I mean, we just need
Yeah, something.
Just something happened.
Good swing there. Cats got some home run power in the lineup. Of course, the batter on deck's got 5 this year. And
Well,
Great.
we've seen Sam hit a grand slam. Emma's got home runs under her belt. Peyton, I think, got one against Irmo earlier this year. Of course, Naomi had one last week.
don't you call that a strike.
That's
Thank you, sir.
outside.
Full count.
And
Good
she doesn't get a 650 batting average because she
Well, I think Sam's
Doesn't
had the
strike
kind of
zone.
year where if she doesn't swing, it's like when you go to Chick-fil-A and they give you the wrong order. You were supposed to have
right.
it.
You're supposed to
So
have
that
it.
was,
That's
if she doesn't swing, it's a ball. Golly, throw it away. Golly. That's just a great play. So Emma steps in now with just 1 out still here in the 6th. I feel like every time we've had a little bit of momentum, it's been a great defensive play, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, I think the difference tonight is when you think about which defense has been cleaner. We've allowed them too many chances, and they have not given us enough.
Thought that was a little out there.
I think Emma did too.
2 strikes. Here we go. Get on down there. All right, first and second. 1 out. Emma gives her a little look-see.
Well, she's
Her hurts.
swigging some black coffee and getting down there.
Emma said, that's my welding hand,
Hey,
pitcher.
listen, that's right. She makes that
That's my welding hand.
straight cash and money, homie.
All right, so Maya Drennan. 1 out still, Dot. So a little something brewing
We need
here.
something here. We need Miss May right here to do something. Let's go 9. Let's see what happens.
Oh, hit her.
Oh.
Yep. Ball hit the runner. Can't do that.
Uh,
2 outs now, first and third. Look at Coach Byrnes knowing the rules. He hopped up in that chair so fast.
well, I think he's an umpire for travel ball, if I'm not mistaken, which is why he knows all these folks. I think that's right.
Okay.
I mean, I joke most of the time, but I'm pretty sure that I'm correct on that.
Takes up. Ball 1.
I'm ready to see something. Let's hit another ball hard, Peyton. Let's go double.
Big hit her last at bat. Hard single to right field. Takes up.
Told you, man. It is every borderline pitch. Listen, that ain't the reason why it's 7-0.
Did he hear you, Doc? Who's he talking to?
He's talking to Coach, I think. I think Coach disagreed with his interpretation of the strike zone.
I think what Coach Terrapin said was, weren't you class of 87? He said no, 88. He was trying to correct him. He said no, I was 88.
88.
I had that red shirt
Well,
year.
I mean, listen. All I'm trying to tell you here, that was a ball, and you got to give us that on the other end, brother.
I mean, how did he hear that? I mean, normally you
Need something down here.
I know normally you can hear Coach John
Yeah.
pretty easily, but I mean, I couldn't even hear that. I was closer.
We're right here on top of it.
Good gracious.
That's a quick trigger there, Blue.
That is.
That's a quick trigger, Blue.
That's
Get
down.
down.
That's down. That's foul, though. That's foul. Ah. Let's go, 22.
Oh, goodness.
However this shakes out this year, Peyton Goss is going to have a monster year next year.
I have no doubt about
No
that.
doubt.
I think they'd already scheduled travel ball. I mean, I'm telling you, they go right into it.
Strike 3 there. We Cats don't score in the 6th. We go to the bottom half, 7-0. We're live back here in Duncan. Cats on life support in this one. Not for the series, though. Be back at Wildcat Field on Wednesday.
Well, you
Chance
said
to
that
even-
earlier. No matter what happens tonight, we have a game Wednesday.
That's right. It's a strategy to give them some false confidence going into
you know,
Wednesday.
it happens. You know, in a series, the series doesn't begin until the road team wins one. Of course, if this score continues and the road team win one's Wednesday, then the series is over, not
Yeah.
actually beginning. But you know what I mean. We're in the midst of the hockey playoffs right now. The Hurricanes play the Panthers tomorrow night.
This is Kaylee Hannon. Ground ball out to Emma.
Next up, the Rebels, number 16, Maria Holmes.
Our defense all year has been above average to excellent all year. Tonight, I'm afraid I'm just sort of counting them up. I think at least 6 errors we've had on our infield tonight. We're going to have to clean that up if we want a shot at this series.
No doubt about that. Good thing they don't have an error column on the Byrnes Rebel scoreboard out there.
But if anybody can brush themselves off and be ready for the next play, it's these girls that we're looking at them. They've been a resilient bunch all year.
Strike 1. I might get a milkshake on the way home.
From where?
I don't know.
You'd have to get one off of 290 right here. There's got to be one.
I
up
don't
there.
know. Something just. Drown my sorrows.
Drown your sorrows in lactose intolerance.
There's about the left for a single. So Byrnes just needs 3 runs to end this thing here in the 6th, and they're threatening. We might go to a commercial break.
Next up for the Rebels, number 1, Addie Waters.
So we're back, 8-0. Cat defense was left in Lexington, and that cannot happen again on Wednesday, or this will be over. Ball out to short. Nine nothing. 1 run will end it.
Next up for the Rebels, number 14, Maddie Wyatt.
Last time we came here, we lost 10-0.
Did we?
Yeah. Some things you wish you didn't remember.
All right, so let's talk about some positives. Because now you got to get ready for Wednesday, right? But we'll talk about that in a minute. It's not over yet. let me not say it's over yet. It's not over till the umpire tells you it's over.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
So the Rebels win 10-0 by mercy rule, and that will end it. And we'll be back Wednesday for game 2. So come out and support these girls Wednesday. We got to get back on the saddle,
Hey,
Doc.
watch this one out. It only counts as one. Whether we lost 6-5 or 10-0 or 100-1, it only counts as one. Is only one game. Let's get ready for Wednesday.
That's right. So we're not going to do much of a post-game show
No, I think
today.
that's
I'm ready to turn the page on this.
Me too.
Turn the page on this one. And once again, if you're in Lexington, come out Wednesday. I feel like we'll see a better effort. And we'll have game 2 Wednesday at Wildcat Field at 6:30. Thanks for watching. Go Wildcats.